Hey, what's up, guys? All right, I know you guys wonder, do we ever read the comments on the channel, on the YouTube channel, and Patreon channel? The answer is yes. And I see a lot of you guys are complaining about the shows are a little too short or there's too many ads. I got a way to solve that. You go for $5 a month and you join us over on Patreon, where you get to see every Pete and Sebastian show with no ads. Plus, you get a whole nother extra show only on Patreon, where we talk about things like whatever happened when I got that letter from somebody telling me I got to get out of Fredonia. I finished talking about that on the Patreon channel. And on top of all that, you now get live me every Tuesday doing loose ends on our Patreon channel. 8:30 East Coast, 5:30 West Coast. Sebastian hops on quite a bit. I take calls for an hour and a half, at least up to 2 hours. So if you want to be a part of the cast, you can do that too on loose ends every Tuesday. All for $5 a month. And the people that already are with us over there, thank you for being with us. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys every Tuesday. And I'll catch you next week. Boom. Done. Back to the cast. Or ads. Or maybe ads. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But if this was on Patreon, you know there wouldn't be ads after what I just said.
This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Welcome to the Pete and Sebastian Show. For those of you that have been listening to the show, I don't know if we covered this, but I am not really drinking alcohol this year. I've done it twice. Super Bowl Sunday and again this past Sunday. I dabbled. And not worth it. Just not worth it. The after effects coming out of it, I don't know if this is the way my DNA is set up or whatnot. You seem to have no fucking problem with it at all. Just functioning the next day. But my day is shot. Like yesterday was shot.
What'd you drink?
Right? Wine.
That's a battle. Wine and liquor is way different than beer, I feel. That's why I never drink anything but beer. That's heavy, bro.
I would think beer would be the yeast involved in just making that would cripple you for a week, but apparently not. So I not a sponsor. But this is what I've been having at night in replace of wine. Now,
what is that?
It's called ghee. It's like juice, flavored juice, basically. Right?
Oh, okay. You mentioned that once.
And I mentioned that I've taken this out to a restaurant.
Right. Yes.
Which could be considered low end, bringing your own beverage to a restaurant, right?
Right, it can. But as you get older, it's very important to have the beverage that you want, man. I almost did that on New Year's Eve myself.
What would you do?
The place we were going, I knew they wouldn't have Blue Moon. So I said to Jackie, I want to bring a 6-pack of Blue Moon to our club, give it to the bartender, and say, every time I ask for a beer, charge me, but give me one of my moons. And I didn't. And I had Michelob Light, and my night sucked. I had 2 beers. I drove on New Year's Eve. What the fuck? Speaks volumes about my night.
Why did you bring the moon?
Why didn't I?
Yeah.
Same reason you didn't, you were hesitant to bring your gears, because you said it could be considered low end. I thought if I told you that, you'd go, oh, God. Like...
No, it's one thing to give it to the bartender and have them serve you. It's another thing to have it under your table and start pulling out moons and like. I mean, the way you did it, I like the way you set that up, and I would have been totally pro moon if you had the bartender serving you. But if you just like we're at dinner and you're having steak and you're like, hold on, Jack, 1 second.
Yeah. Right.
All right. That could be considered white trash. But me pulling this out, I mean, bro, I'm not going with a 6-pack. This fits in Lana's purse, right? And I tell her, just whip, give me my gear. and let me start sipping away. Now,
Well, then you're doing what you just what said you had a problem if I did with my moons. Is exactly what you're doing.
I know, trash.
So why are you giving your gears on the way in? Give the way to 2 gears. I go, when I order a drink, bring me one of my gears.
Not even worth it. This is so small.
I hear you.
Okay.
All right.
So I got my gear. Now what I'm about to do next could not only throw off the both of you, but it could also lose listeners.
We can't afford to lose listeners. Whoa. Wow! Holy shit, bro.
What's your take?
Yeah.
Take it in.
Are these readers or are these glasses now? We're wearing glasses now.
Again, I don't know the difference between readers. If you put something, these are to see you.
So, holy shit, we've been doing this cast a long time. None of us had kids when we started this cast. You weren't even married, and now you're putting on glasses. Bro, what am I coming out with? Oh, okay. I'm gonna hold on my kid. This is a monumental. I mean, now I feel better when I need my readers. This is a lot to take in, bro. They look good. They look good. I'm not gonna lie to you. They look good. You're keeping it cool.
Let me give you the lowdown on this.
All right. Okay. Go ahead, Bill Maher. Holy shit. I feel like I'm looking at Bill Maher now.
And I know you do a bit going to get glasses and going through the eye test, right? Mm-hmm. You do a whole bit on this. And you could take this or leave it. You could add this to your bit.
Well, give it to me off air and I will add it to my bit.
The way I'm seeing you right now and the way I'm seeing things, I think I failed the eye exam. Like when they
it didn't come out.
I should have said, yeah, it didn't come out. I should have said, let me see the A again, or let me,
yeah.
Whatever I did in there and whatever they gave me, I still can't see.
Right. That's funny. I mean, I've had that. The last place I went, that's kind of how the idea of the bit came. It was like, because it's annoying when they go, can I see, better 1 or better 2? And I'm like, when I put my things on, my contacts even, I said to Jackie, I'm like, did I rush my test? Because I can't. This isn't as, like, usually when I go and I get my new glasses, it's pow, back to the world. So I went to a better eye doctor 45 minutes away in Buffalo. My whole life, I got to go to Buffalo for quality. So I went to this better one. Oh, God. As soon as I walk in, they have an espresso machine, like spotless, like the Four Seasons type in your room where you don't mind using it. And they got spa music playing. I'm like, oh, my God. Like I said, my last one was the Walmart. Anyway, turns out I had the wrong prescription. The last guy banged me out wrong. So... Bro, you know who you look like in a cool way? War Dogs. And Bradley Cooper was like a Russian arms dealer, and he wore glasses, but he was cool looking. Not Michael Douglas falling down. Great movie, though. Also, you got to get used to him. Might be that.
Well, you're not going to see these on me, ever. These are used strictly for watching TV and driving.
Well, why not?
I went rogue, and I went and got these without Lana's approval.
Wow, that's insane. Shades without the woman?
Yeah.
It's nuts.
This is me getting a recommendation from the woman selling them. So I was trying them out. I go, these? She's like, oh, yeah, those are good. I brought these home. Lana goes, oh, God, please tell me you didn't pay for those.
That's crazy to do without the woman in your life.
I know. The problem was we couldn't get a time for both of us to go, and I was getting fed up with it. So I went rogue. I went in. I said, just get, because this ain't. I'm not going to be wearing these out. You know what I'm saying? These are strictly functional tool. It's like a screwdriver. You just need to tighten the screw. Don't matter what it looks like. Same here. Driving, put these on. Watching a movie, put these on. Nobody's going to see me in these. I'm just donning them here on the cast for shock value.
It's amazing though. I've like seen it. I've even gone through it myself. It's almost like an alcoholic slowly becoming an alcoholic, trying to justify the phases. Because I remember early on, you'd go, I put on my readers. You're like, no, I don't need those yet. You know, like so you like, you know, you belittled me. I felt a little bit, right? And then now you're like, they're only for driving at nighttime. Like, you know, I don't mind not being able to see shit the rest of the day. Like, so it's so slowly, eventually, you're just going to put them on every day of your life, bro. It's going to.
This is to see far. By the way, I think that's called nearsighted.
Right. Yeah. It's weird. It's opposite.
Which it's like nonfiction and fiction for me. Still don't know the difference. I would think if you put glasses on and you can't see far, you're farsighted.
Right.
No.
I agree. By the way, a little trick I do with the fiction, because I'm right there with you. I turn it to false. False, non-false. That's how I remember. Non-false. But yeah, it's kind of like Iceland is warm and Greenland is cold. Like, who's naming shit, right? Thanks to Factor for sponsoring this episode. All right, man, you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating, well, let's be honest, man, easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes so you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. You know, it's like Nike, right? It's keto. I don't know. The food is delicious, though, is all I'm saying about Factor. From 4 cheese tortellini with sausage to filet mignon to shrimp scampi. It's unbelievable, the delicious variety. I mean, guys, there really is a meal for whatever you're craving. So eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus shipping on your first box.
So these are only going to be used for functionality, not so much style. Lana is extremely upset at me that I went and I got these without her being there. But some things you just have to do alone. And I got to tell you, after Lana said that, I looked in the mirror. I do look 78 years old with these on. All right. So that being said, she is an integral part in my look, and she needs to be there. She needs to be there constantly, because this is what happens when you think you know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, she is so integral in your look, as my wife is in mine, but specifically, you know, with all things you, that her opinion about what you should be wearing is way more important than your opinion.
Oh.
And it's on your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so she's, and by the way, little side note here, Lindsay, who we work with, noticed that I was fiddling with the knobs here a lot. Right. Similar to, one might say, playing with nipples.
That's what you said in the text. That's right.
So I'm trying to like stop playing with the knobs because it might be distracting for our viewers.
Well, you started going with that, Mike, and we didn't even to discuss it. I mean, for like 10 years, 12 years practically, you were holding a mic, and then all of a sudden one day you come in, you got the desk mic. So, I mean, was there a reason behind that?
I think I discussed this with you early on in the podcast years, that I wanted to do the podcast standing up because I felt like when I do comedy, I'm standing, and I wanted a microphone as if I was doing comedy. Do you remember this?
I think I vaguely remember that kind of conversation.
Okay. I feel like I was on the forefront of this, but I never had it happen. I never did it. And you know who's doing it now?
Who?
And I don't know if you know this guy. Pat McAfee. You know this guy? ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He does his podcast standing up. And I was looking at that going, that's what I was talking about. Standing up doing a podcast. I mean, that's revolutionary.
I do know how he does that. I don't know. I don't know. I totally like that. I mean, I like the idea of being mobile and being able to move all around, but just to stand the whole time. And that's why I remember you would hold the mic. That's what I remember you talking about, because you wanted to keep it like a show. So even though you were sitting down, you were holding it. And now you just air traffic control.
This, I'm more attentive sitting in this seat with the microphone here than when I'm sitting in the blue chair with the thing. I'm a little bit more relaxed. So I figured I'd get up on the table like it's time to work, not time to go to sleep.
I just want to tell you, it's starting to happen, and it gets crazy because like right now you're farsighted, which means you can't, nearsighted, which means you can't see stuff far away. Next comes like me, you can't read shit. So I'm at the point now when I take out my contacts at night and I put in my night glasses, you know, which are better, but I still don't want to be seen out in them. So I did this last night, and then I'm going to work at my desk, and I'm like, I got my glasses on. Why can't I read? And I'm like, oh, because when I have my glasses on, it's the same as having my contacts on. So now I got to put my readers on, because when I'm wearing my contacts anymore, point is, so I got my regular glasses on. Now I got to take readers and double up and put them over the glasses and like try and make them stay.
Oh, wow.
So I'm doubling up with 2 sets of glasses. It's insane.
Well, you say something about this contacts, which I've never worn them. When you're putting in your contact,
yeah,
do you have to tilt your head back, or could you put them in just like this?
I gotta with this finger hold the eyelashes like that and go like that. In a bind, like if you have a cut on your finger or something, I can sometimes do it with one hand. It's a little tricky, but dude, like this, I can get it in a rocket ship.
And then when you take them out, do you have to go head down?
Not the head down, just like this. Just go pinch them out. You can go head down if you want, you know, wherever your thing is. It's real quick and easy.
Do you notice when you take out when you put in your contact lens, is your mouth open?
It's more of a...
Yeah. Why do you have to do that?
I don't know, guy. Why do you squint when you shit? What the fuck? No. I mean, I don't know. Jesus, I would never want to be married to you. What I got to do? Sing a song? Hello, my darling.
No, I'm just wondering why all of a sudden you start taking stuff out of your eye. We gotta. What is that? I'm just wondering what that is.
I don't know.
That's all. Just an observation.
Do you make a lot of grunting now? I grunt a lot, man.
Give me an example. Like grunting.
Oh, like that. You know, like getting up or something. This is the one we do a lot. Jackie, I busted her doing it the other day. A lot of, I noticed my mom used to do this, talking to yourself about what you're doing. Like, all right, now I'll do the bills.
Oh, wow.
You ever see that?
Out loud?
Out loud. I do that too sometimes out of Jack. I'm like, just gonna go out, clean the car, and I'm gonna walk the dog.
But are you telling her or are you telling yourself?
Everybody. Yeah, everybody and nobody, bro. Everybody and nobody. It's like,
well, okay. This is, if there's somebody in the room, that ain't weird. But like if you got done with this podcast and you were sitting there alone, do you go, shovel some snow?
Yeah, that's that. Yes, we both do that. You know, she'll do it too. You know, just make these dumb calls and I'm done. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Have you ever kind of just said something inadvertently and she was in earshot of that and she goes, what? So do you have to repeat something that you were just saying to yourself? How does...
She did the other day. I busted her. I was like, she said something like, I just got to go fill out that hammerhead stuff. And then I got, okay, like my mom telling us all, what are you doing? Talking to yourself. Bro, I had one the other day with Sadie. This was a little weird. I got her a stuffed animal, a teddy bear for Valentine's Day. Like, it's kind of like this size or whatever. And Jackie's like, she's so old, she doesn't even want it. And she doesn't have them anymore. She doesn't want one. I was like, whatever, it's just a stuffed animal. Look, it's just a thing. It's a gesture. She's still a little girl. She can do what she wants with it. So it is still in her room. So I come home from the road with you the other day, and she's in her room, and I go in there, and I see it. And I grab it. I go, oh, Jesus Christ. It's almost like I was talking to the dog. I go, hey, little fella, you made the cut. You're still here. I knew you would. Everybody loves a teddy bear sometimes. Good to see you. And I look over at my daughter. And, she's almost 12 now, and she goes, okay, Dad. And I look back at her. I go, oh, God. When you were younger, you would have thought that was so cute. She's like, now and she goes, now it's a little weird, Dad. But
the whole family's walking around talking to shit. It's unbelievable. Oh, wow.
Anyway, I don't know. I feel like you could see better if you had your glasses on now and you're not doing it because you're in denial. But I don't think they look as bad as you think, bro.
I could see you fine, by the way. I just did this
All right.
for a presentation. So glasses are here. I got my gear. Man, I had a moment. I was flying home from, where were we? Kansas City. By the way, we just did New Orleans, Memphis, and Kansas City.
Well, you would think that was the itinerary of a jazz band. It was fun though, man. This tour has like really been something, bro. What a memory.
Well, yeah, it's been a fun time. Although a couple of those shows we could have done in a small parking lot. But anyway.
I don't think it's giant to me.
So I'm flying back, bro, and I was looking out the window. This is prior to landing. We're about 15 minutes out. By the way, we started shaking again. This isn't a smaller plane. It was just me and Allison on the plane. Started shaking again. And I'm like, here. It's like now, it's like I feel like I'm like a battered husband or wife where like you got hit, you got like the shit kicked out of you, and now every time somebody raises their hand, you're like, oh my God. That's what I feel about turbulence now. I feel it's like, hey, I'm like, hey, here we go.
Dude, I hear you, man. I hear you.
And by the way, there's been, I think, 87 incidents of plane mishaps since January. I don't know what's going on, bro.
87 incidents. Wow, man. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
What's an incident though, you know?
Well, plane upside down.
Right, but
there's a bomb threat recently. That's an incident, you know.
But if I'm like the JFK and I'm backing out my JetBlue, and then like there's a Southwest backing out, and we just hit each other's fin like, oh, and granted that plane can't go and fly now, but it's a little fender bender in the parking lot. Is that an incident? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's an incident. That shit shouldn't be happening. Which brings me to my next question. And I'll get to what I was thinking about earlier. When you go up to the pilot and tap him on the shoulder and say, hey, what's all those red lights? Or, hey, what's this over here? Do you think the pilot should know the things that I'm looking at? Do you think he's like, oh, no, like that's the Northern Lights, or that's that? Do you think he should be aware of the surroundings? Or if you tap him and go, hey, what's that? And he looks and goes, I don't know. Do you feel like he should know?
Oh, we're talking outside the window. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like a general awareness, right? Like, what's that red light? At least give me like it's probably the rooftop of a building or a tower. But just I don't know. The fuck? No. Right? Like, is that what you were getting? A lot of that? If it's not in his path, does he just not care?
Well, for example, I was looking out the window and I saw a lot of lights, but it was far, but I saw like a strip of lights. So I just kind of surmised, okay, we're 26 minutes outside of Los Angeles. That's probably Las Vegas. But I was like, oh, wow, Vegas looks like it's a hop, skip, and a jump from here. So I went up and I asked the guy, I go, was that Las Vegas? He goes, yeah, that was Vegas. I was like, all right, this guy knows. Then I saw a bunch of red lights. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I go, what's that? He goes, those are oil refineries or something. He knew what those were. So this guy knew his stuff.
Yeah.
But my question is, if he didn't say, nah, that's Vegas or that's oil refineries, do you think that's not a well-equipped pilot or I'm just trying to figure out
because think about when you're driving long distance. How many times I disappoint my daughter when she's like, Dad, what's that? And I'm like, I have no idea. I do it all the time. Like, I wish I did know, but I don't. So we don't know everything we're passing in a car. Why would he know everything he's flying over?
I just think that they've done the route a couple of times. They've flown into Los Angeles. It's not like they've never done this at night. So I mean, when I go to Vegas, I know that route. But what's that? That's Bakersfield. There's an in and out over there. Because you've done it before.
Yeah, so, but then there's also times where I'm like, is that Home Depot new? And Jackie's like, guy, it's been there 8 years. Yeah. So I mean, it's a little of both, man. I wouldn't be felt like I'm in harm's way. By the way, they're talking about you. I'll tell you that much. Like, you get the guy who taps you, the comedian, taps you on the shoulder and wants a fucking tour. Holy shit! Say it's a Circle Line guy. All right, it's just a flight. So, whatchamacallit? Did you guys get nervous, you and Allie, or did it kind of pass? It didn't reach a?
It didn't reach a level, but it got. I mean, I feel like what we've been through. Mm-hmm. Any turbulence doesn't even pales in comparison. Like, I could take flights now and the plane could shake and people go, how was the flight? Beautiful. Just because I know what the flight could be. Right?
Yeah. So who was lucky enough to drink with you? Just you and Lana to solo, or did you guys party with anyone else?
Sunday night, I'm sitting there. We were both a shell of ourselves, just sitting there going, just open up a wine. I said, just one bottle, though. Let's not go nuts. Of course, the bottle's fucking, it's like, I don't know. You drink wine, and I don't know if you feel about this with beer. You ever drinking your beer, and then you look, and you go, is that fucking gone already?
Oh, God, I hate that. Yes.
Do you feel like you drink beer at the same pace every time you have a beer? So, for example, if I stopped, I had a stopwatch, and you started drinking, boom, and then you stopped drinking, boom. Do you think the time, let's say it's 6.5 minutes, Do you think that would be accurate every time you drink, or is it vary?
I feel like it might vary a little, but I almost specifically drink Moons, which I really like. But like, for example, like I like to, when you go on, grab a brewski, chat with Mike a little, go out, watch you for a little. And sometimes I'll come back, I'm like, God damn, I already have 5 of these fucking things. Shit, they just slid. And it's not, and it's like, I'm still having a good time, no problem. But I'm like, is this a problem? Because those things slid down. You know what I mean? And like, same thing right? You say, you turn around and like a wine bottle's already got. I gotta open up another one of these damn things. Shit.
That's what I felt. I looked at it, I go, already? And he was like, oh man.
That's so, but that means it was worth it. That's a sign of a good time. And I'll tell you, man, everyone out there, that's a marriage right there. Just hanging out with the wife, alone, knocking back a couple bottles. It's awesome knowing you can still have a good time like that,
Oh, it was great. But then got up yesterday, and I was walking around, and I was telling her, we ain't doing that again. We ain't doing that again. Then tomorrow night came along and go, another bottle? But
well, you got to get up. When you feel like maybe when you're like, not, I don't want to say retired, but when the kids are out, right? Like when my kid is out of the house for good and I can sleep in, would it not be a problem? Like if you didn't have to get up right away, do you think that you wouldn't be as so beat up when you did get up?
No, it's not. It's the lingering effects of the poison that's in your body that doesn't matter if I slept till noon, it would still be there. It still causes problems. So it was nice, but I don't know. We're going out Friday. We might go out Friday to a party, and then the Oscars are this weekend, and we're invited to an Oscar party, which that's going to be a whole other ordeal.
Wow.
What you take on me bringing one of these into an Oscar party?
Oh, well, why not, man? You know what I mean? I don't even know what to say. I don't even know the movies this year. It's crazy. It's like
I have no idea what's nominated. No idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So
are you going to a tuxedo Oscar party where you're wearing a tuxedo?
It's a house. I've been to this party several times before.
You got to like, first of all, somehow you got to get those things to the staff so that they can give them to you. You can't walk into the Oscar party with those in your tuxedo.
No, I'm not bringing this.
I'm
just gonna have
bro. It's the Oscars. Don't they have everything at the Oscars?
No, they're not going to have this. This is. By the way, thanks. Gia sent me a few of these, so thanks to Gia because I what did I say this on? I think I said it on the cast.
Oh yeah,
the Gia heard, and it's a woman that owns the company, and love the packaging. By the way, beautiful packaging.
Wow,
beautiful. Anyway, that's that.
I want to. Can I parlay off of that then, really quick? Because I have it right here. I have a Christmas card from the guys at Brio Box, Alex and Chatty. You remember Brio Box? Those monthly subscriptions, the freaking best one. I think you might have got it for me one year, and I fell in love with it. But they sent me a winter package just to say thanks for all the laughs you guys provide us on the cast. Would have sent one your way as well, but there's no place to send it. Again, you get that P.O. box, bro. We will have gifts coming like left and right. But Brio Box, I have to say this: if you're looking for a gift to give somebody that comes every month, and every month they'll love you for it. The shit in this box, me and Jackie and Sadie were like fighting over who gets what. So, guys, thank you so much. And again, I don't get paid a dime for that.
I want to talk about something that happened at the Kansas City show.
Oh, boy.
All right? And I don't know if you were privy to this, and I don't know if this was happening while you were up there, but this is a cast listener that I'm talking to right now. All right?
All right.
There was a woman in the crowd in Kansas City who kept talking during my set. She was seated in the second row, and it was one. What was that?
I got a woman's seats who's a big fan of the cast and did a meet and greet. Lovely woman, Sharon, but she was in section 4, row 14. She was not in the second row. So I was like, uh-oh. I was afraid it was the lady I got tickets for.
And I don't know if you could pull this woman up. I don't know. Anyway, she was disrupting the flow of the show. Talking, like just, answering rhetorical questions.
Wow.
Like, you ever present a rhetorical question to the audience and some idiot answers?
Well, what about this
what's
one,
going
bro,
on
when
with-
they go... When they go, we know Lana doesn't like that. When they name your family, like they'll go, hey, did Jackie like that? Like, you're like, and everyone else is like, who's Jackie? They don't even know what the hell she's talking about, right? So she was having a good time, and she wasn't heckling you, but she was.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not a direct heckle. It was just like this, the way she was enjoying the show. But the way she was enjoying the show was kind of screwing up my timing and whatnot. So I laid into her. I go, did you come with somebody? And she's like, no. And I go, see, if you would have came with somebody, that person would tell you, shut the fuck up. So you don't have anybody.
You got to bring your own police. Everybody needs to go out with someone else. So she goes, I talked to you on the podcast. So I'm like, oh God. So when we interact with the people like live, whatnot, right? Then they come to the show. Now they think all of a sudden like we hung out and now we could just like, all right? So put a fucking end to this live shit. All right? Oh God. That's hilarious. Shit. You don't remember me? We chatted. Oh God.
I think, and I know, and I could be wrong, and I don't know if you could pull this up. If we have archival footage, it might be a stretch. Did you talk to a lady who had like a bird on her shoulder?
Yes.
I don't know. It could have been Birdlady. It could have been. I don't know. But I need to see a photo.
Is it a bird or is it a different? Oh wait,
a lizard.
Is it a skunk without the sack or something? Or
turtle?
It might be a bird.
I
think it's
a skunk without the sack.
Oh, there's one person who listens to the cast. You can have the thing that makes a skunk smell, put out bad scents. You get that surgically taken out of the skunk, so it can't do that, and then it's your pet. Wow. Oh, yeah. So we had a show. I did. The guys bring it up to you backstage the week before New Orleans, where there was a woman. Because what do you do about this? In the second row, who was laughing so hard at your stuff, but in a laughter that was annoying the other people. That there was footage of the man in front of her holding his fingers over his ears.
Ooh.
Because he couldn't take her, and then you'd see the people around her, and they're all wincing. And the guys were cracking up because they're like, this lady's laugh is so annoying that it's bothering the people around her. What do so I don't know what you do.
But if Jackie had a laugh like that, wouldn't you work on the laugh? Like if you took her out and she's laughing like that, wouldn't you go home and go, you can't do that.
Well, there was you wouldn't you see through the years doing comedy, there's always one comedian who would be in the back who has a laugh he wants to be seen. He's half laughing and half laughing loud to make a scene. You know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like people do that in the crowd too.
Yeah, but that's generally a comedian's laugh, that they want to let the other comedian on stage know that they think that's funny. So
Yeah.
I think you get that. But like generally speaking, I don't think people are going, oh, I'm going to make a spectacle of my laugh. It's just like, how do you develop laughter? Like, is that just innate, or like everybody has a distinguishable laugh, right?
Yeah.
But how do you get there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you just laugh?
Do
you just laugh one day and that's your laugh? Or what?
Well, what about sometimes? Guys, it happened recently with you and I in the van after a particular dinner where you're laughing you're laughing so hard you're not even making any noise anymore. Those are the best. You're like, what the fuck? Oh God, damn. So. But you know who's got a great laugh? I always think of Ray Liotta in Goodfellas. You know? But again, I feel like that's a mob curated laugh. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to laugh like that as a mobster.
and with the hand on the chest.
Right?
That's a move. So, talking about the dinner, we did go out to dinner in New Orleans. All right. I don't know if you noticed. So you got a salad, right?
Yeah.
Now, did you get a salad because everybody else at the table got a salad? Or did you just feel like you wanted a salad? Well, how did you come to
I don't even remember ordering a salad. I mean, I literally remember when it was time to order a meal, I was like, what are you having? And then you told me. I was like, I'll do that. Like, I was more into the hang. But did I order it? I don't know.
Everybody got a salad but me.
Really?
So I was looking around the table going, did I just not get a salad because it was pre-ordered? Or did I not get a salad because I didn't order the salad? Because I got to tell you, I was watching you eat the salad, and I was like, it looks like a good salad. But I didn't want to do a whole, hey, I didn't want to do like, hey, can I get a salad? Because I felt like by the time that salad came out, everybody was going to be done with their salad. So I just...
Yeah. Well,
no more salad.
I didn't notice that, but... One thing I noticed that you pointed out too, which was funny, was because we're in New Orleans, man, and our waiter starts telling us the specials with that fucking Louisiana, accent, and you go, yeah, you hear this guy's accent? Because in my head, I was like, this guy probably killed an alligator at like 10:30 in the morning. Right? It's like, then you get you somebody like he wasn't the kind of guy that you want to pull aside and go, I didn't get a salad. But you know what? Guy's got a fucking buck knife on his right hip. And you want your iceberg lettuce.
Found the bird.
Okay, throw up bird.
All right, let's see if this is...
I want to see Birdlady. No.
All right.
No.
I got to ask you a parent question, if this is out of line before this cast ends, because I feel like it's coming to an end soon here. The other morning, I take Sadie to school every morning when I'm home, and there's a bus stop by us, and we don't put her on the bus because whatever. I just cruise her in. The bus takes forever. So, but there's a few kids in the neighborhood that take the bus. So one morning, I'm about to drive Sadie, and it's freezing out. And there's one boy, I don't know his name. He lives down the block. I've seen him, since he was little. He's got to be like 14 now, maybe 13. But I don't know his name. He lives down the block. As we're pulling out, he's walking up to the bus stop, but the bus is already gone. Right? And he looks that way, he's like, oh, and he makes that face like, damn, I missed it. And as he's turning to come back, I'm pulling out, and I got Sadie in the front seat. I go, you need a ride? And he goes, I'm okay. I was like, all right, you sure? Okay. And Sadie's like, Dad. And I'm like, what? We see him every day. And then I tell Jackie, and Jackie goes, Guy, you can't do that. You can't just fucking ask a kid if he wants a ride. I just see him down the block. He sees me. I say hi when he walks by. So, well, and she goes, if he got in, the parents could easily come up to you and be like, don't fucking ask my kid if he needs a ride. Where you stand with all that, bro?
I'll flip it around. What if somebody asks Sadie for a ride?
Oh, I'm not a fucking weirdo. You know who I am. Guy, I'm the one on the fighting for the town all the time, getting put on the front of the paper.
They could say, was that the psychotic that's always yelling at the town hall meetings?
Right, but you know me.
No, listen. I don't think in this day and age, I know it was innocent. I don't think in this day and age you could be going, hey, you want to get in for a ride? The kids' parents probably say, you don't take a ride from nobody. I know. I told my kids, you don't take a ride from nobody. You don't talk to nobody. Somebody comes and say that they're there to pick you up because daddy and mommy can't. No. So
I don't know. All right,
good for this kid.
It's unfortunate. There's a couple of people. I'm thinking about our block. If a couple people asked, I'm saying though, you got to remember too. I got my daughter in the car. Who kidnaps with a kid? It's like unheard of. You know,
could be another kid that's gonna be kidnapped.
Oh, that's a good point, man. Get one. Next thing you know, you got 8.
It's like bait.
Forget candy. You want to get a kid in your car? Have a kid already in your car. Like bait. It's like bait.
Yeah, I don't know if you could be doing. Can I give you a rides? This ain't the '80s, bro.
Dude,
this is.
Now talking about it with you out loud, I feel like I could get arrested if a cop hears this cast. Yeah. All right.
All right. We got another bird lady.
Speaks volumes about loose ends that we have multiple bird ladies.
And a skunk sack missing. What the?
We got a turtle lady too. She's got a turtle. I remember talking to her because turtles live so long that she's going to die before her turtle. And I asked her, what are you going to do? Because you're going to die before your turtle. She has
That's Turtle Lady.
This is Turtle Lady.
And that's Bird Lady again.
Sure, it might be Turtle Lady, bro. I think it's Turtle Lady.
No, it's not. It's not Turtle Lady.
Why? Did she say, remember me, I had a bird?
Could you zoom in on that? I might have to get out my glasses.
No problem, bro. No shame. No shame.
No shame at all here. Is that it's a guy.
Well, it's you and me.
Is
oh my God.
Oh, that's me.
You? Oh God.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh my God.
These glasses don't work, bro.
They don't work at all. Holy shit.
Oh my God. I looked at myself and going, I thought I was Bird Lady. Oh wow.
Ladies and jeez. Oh
wow, bro. All right. Shit.
We'll try to find more suspects for the next cast to present to you.
All right. There you have it, Pete and Sebastian show. Thanks for Gia and my son and my glasses for getting me through the cast. We will see you guys next week here on the Pete and Sebastian show.